Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are going to preview San Francisco and Dallas in Week 1 in the NFL right now with Tony George from Tony George Sports, LockerRoomPicks.com, and his Yahoo radio show, a nationally syndicated radio show. Still doing videos with us, though. Tony George, thanks so much for being back with us.
Yeah, week one of the NFL, no place I'd rather be than right here with Peter Loshak and SBR.
I'm very flattered by that. And first of all, my first recommendation to all our viewers is follow Tony George on Twitter and Facebook, because that's a great way to stay up to date with everything he's doing. But fill us in right now on what you're doing. You got your radio show for Yahoo Sports Network. Tell us what that's all about.
Well, we got our radio show. It's mainstream sports handicapping in prime time, 11 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern, Saturday and Sunday. We get the game day kickoff coverage lead in with the Las Vegas twist. And Yahoo Sports Radio has stepped out on a limb and put our industry out there in front of America. No 800 numbers to call, legitimate sports handicapping, a murderous row of handicappers on their brand name guys, and we're doing it up right for Yahoo Sports Radio. Want everybody tune in. And of course, LockerRoomPicks.com radio show is the sister site of an all free content website at Locker Room Picks, and of course my pay plays over at Tony George Sports, which have been doing great this year. 8-2 in the NFL preseason documented, so I'm fired up, ready to go here on Sunday.
Wow, awesome. Congrats on that awesome record, Tony George. All right, let's see what you can tell us about San Francisco and Dallas. This is a tough line to handicap, right? San Francisco, of course, one of the elite teams in the NFL, but, they're having the suspensions and injuries. A bunch of starters are going to be out on defense. For Dallas, though, they're coming off of an epically bad year on defense. Is it going to be much better this year? We don't think so. Most people are expecting their defense to be just as bad, at best, bottom 5 in the NFL. And then you got Tony Romo. How's he going to do? Probably, he'll be all right. Kaepernick signed his big contract, so there's a lot of unknowns here, a lot of uncertainties. In general, I like to bet against Dallas at home, but when they're an underdog, maybe San Francisco is more of a public team now. San Francisco might be having their first few steps of a year that might, in retrospect, be a year of implosion. So, I don't know. As of right now, I'm staying off it. What's your expert analysis on this game, Tony George?
Well, I don't want anything to do with the side play here at all.
Okay. All right.
A lot of intangibles, and you highlighted damn near all of them there in your analysis. Looking at this thing, it scares you to death. It's over the fall number of 3. It's around 5, 5.5, depending on where you're looking at, which is a bad number to lay in the NFL. That's right. One thing, I guess the best free play I can give anybody watching this video at FBR is remember this in the NFL. You're not betting into games, you're betting into numbers.
Right.
That's number one crucial thing you need to realize when you're wagering sports, any sport. And this is a bad number to bet into if you like San Francisco. It's a little better number to bet into if you like Dallas. But I can't take Dallas here. Their offense looks woeful. If San Francisco could shut down Murray, you got to rely on Romo, to play catch up or throw it down, to chuck it down the field 40, 50 times a game. Well, that's going to turn into turnovers. Bill Callahan is not the greatest offensive coordinator on the planet. He got fired up at the Jets. He got fired at Nebraska. He got fired at Oakland. I mean, the list goes on and on with him. And the defense was a funnel last year. Conversely, San Francisco looked terrible on offense.
Yeah.
In the preseason, they couldn't get anything going. Now you got a quarterback with a big contract, high expectations. What I see here is all that combined. Neither one of these offenses look good. I think it's going to be a tight ball game. I think it's going to be a lower scoring game than a lot of people expect. And Peter, there's only one total under 40 right now on week 1 of the NFL, which is unbelievable with all these new rule changes and, that's going on. You saw in the preseason, all the flags. It benefits the offense, but I think the offenses in this game, both of them need benefited as much as possible. And I see a tighter game here. Maybe both teams, one team in the 20s, one team's in the teens here. I'm taking the under 51 in this one. And this is dropping us at 51 in 3 or 4 places, 50 in some, and 49.5 in others. So the value in that number over 50 is crucial, and I like the under here. I don't see a lot of success from either team on offense.
All right. Well, that does seem like a very contrarian play in light of how awful Dallas's defense was last year. And actually, I checked the lines right before this call, and I was seeing widely available numbers of 51 and 51.5. So if you like the under, 51.5 is what the official free play will be for this video. All right. Tony George from TonyGeorgeSports.com, LockerRoomPicks.com, and his Yahoo Sports radio show, liking the under. Very contrarian pick, but maybe White might prove to be a super sharp play. Under 51.5, San Francisco, Dallas. Thanks so much, Tony. Talk to you next week.